Hello everyone, it's the Creative Chris. I'm here today on day 14. I'm actually excited about this one because I think this is going to reveal quite a bit. If you're new here, welcome. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share with your friends and family, and hopefully they'll come to see me too. I just need to adjust my light here. It's evening. I didn't get to this earlier today because I did not have time. I've been out running around all day, pretty much. Yeah, it's revealing. It's revealing. Absolutely, it's revealing. You can see what it is now. No more guesses. No more guesses. We're all out of guesses. So we're going to just take the time to do this section. I am going to Pixies this evening. I think. I don't know. I haven't spoken to her about it yet, but I usually do, so. I was out all day. I went to visit some friends and their children because they're going away for Christmas, so I won't get to see them after Wednesday. And while I was there, I got invited to the Christmas party. So I'll be going to the Christmas party tomorrow. That's tomorrow afternoon. So then I had to go out and buy something for that. But it's not serious. I'll get it done. They're doing a small gift exchange. So I bought something for it. And I'll get it ready for tomorrow. So yeah. So that should be fun. And I got to spend some time with the baby. The little baby who was born in September. And tomorrow I'll get to see Harvey. Because he's my little man too. He was actually born on my mum's birthday, so that makes it special. That makes him a little bit extra special. So yeah, today we had another nice day. It was sunny today. It was very nice. And I was just out I was at my friend's house. And when I went there, the baby was feeding, so that's fine. When he was done, I took him and he had a big nap with me. And his sister was there, of course. We were playing and stuff, and then she was singing. She was singing to me. She's so sweet. She's 3. And then I went out to the dollar store and picked up a few things that I needed. And then I went to Walmart, picked up the rest of the stuff that I needed. And on my way home, I picked up some food. So here in Canada, today is the first day of our tax holiday. So we are having a tax holiday for 2 months. So from December 14th until February 14th, all pretty much essentials are tax-free. And other things too, like games and toys and clothes. There's a bunch of stuff like prepared meals in a restaurant now are tax-free here. Like there's no tax on them now because we paid tax on prepared meals before. But there's no tax on it now for 2 months. So it's going to be quite different because I'd never, ever seen a tax holiday ever in my life. We've always had tax on stuff. So, but our government decided that they were going to give us a tax holiday. I think it's to broker some votes, but I don't know if it's going to work for them. We have a very unpopular government here right now. Yeah. It's not the most popular government we've ever had. So, but this is a federal thing, and our provincial government is not that popular either. So we'll leave all the government talk. But our postal system, which has been on strike for 4 weeks, is looking like they are going back to work next week without an agreement, without a deal. Because the government is basically telling them they have to go back to work. Deal or no deal, you're going back to work. So they're being forced back. And now, I mean, they're going to go back and they're going to be mad, so nothing's going to change, really. But anyway, that's just me and my humble opinion. So, they still have to do their talks and stuff. They still have to do their bargaining, even when they're back to work. So the union reps will have to still do what they were doing while they were on strike, kind of thing. That's what I've heard anyway. So anyway, I don't know what the deal is on it. All I know, I read today that they could be back to work as early as next week. But things will not be being delivered by Christmas now, because that's been already stated that, yeah, you send something now, it's not getting there before Christmas. So, yeah, that's kind of sucks, but it is what it is, right? So we'll just carry on as if we're normal. And not much normal about it, so there you go. So tomorrow I'll do the Christmas party, and it's the men's Christmas party. I know, it's really weird, because this particular church is the church Christmas party. So this particular church, they have a men's group and a ladies group. So the ladies are doing a Christmas party, and the men are doing a Christmas party. So me, I'm a man, so I'm going to the men's Christmas party. But my buddy Mikey is going to be there, so that's good. He's 4. He'll be there with his dad, and I think the world of him. And he loves me. His family is from Jamaica, and he calls me an uncle. So, yeah, if we're out in public and he sees me, he says, Uncle Chris. And people are like, how did he become his uncle? How is that his nephew? Is there an adoption thing going on? And then his mom and dad come by, and then they're Jamaican. And I'm as white as a sheet. I'm whiter than these drills that I'm laying. And his parents are not white. He's such a cutie, though. I love him. I dearly love him. He's so cute. That's not what I need to do. I need to get some more sticky tack for my pen. So we're on day 14 of this particular painting. So that means we are 10 days out from Christmas Eve. And I have never in my life been so behind on Christmas shopping. Ever. I've never been so behind in my entire existence. I mean, for me to be shopping in December really is odd, because I don't do that. But when it comes right down to it, I guess that's how it is for now. And I didn't get it done before, so there we go. Now, I had a lot done, but there were still so many more things that I needed to do. So I'm at 99.2%, I think. I do need to get a couple of small things, but nothing big. Like all the bigger things and all the most important people are taken care of now. And when my brother comes next week, I will give him some things that, like for him and my nephew, for my sister and her husband, I'll give it to him because he'll see them before I will, because they live relatively close together, whereas I don't live close to either of them. But my brother is coming here next week, so I will give him what I can to take with him. So, yeah, I'm behind on things. I don't like being behind. I really don't like it, but that's it. What do you do? Time gets away from sometimes, and that's just how it is. So we're working this section here today, section number 14. If you would like to have the Advent diamond painting, it's not too late. Like, you can get it, if you're in Canada, you can get it and probably have it within a week. And you could do like a couple of sections a day and get it done. Or do 2 or 3 sections a day. You could definitely get it done. Or if you want to order a different diamond painting from Craft Pack Canada, you can do that too. So Craft Pack Canada is the one that this came from. I was going to say provided this, but they didn't provide it. I bought it. I paid full price for it. But you don't have to. There is a discount code in the description box below for you to use. It's Creative Chris 15, and you will save 15% on one kit, one canvas. So go ahead, take advantage of it. I mean, you don't have to pay 50 extra. You can save the 15% then. So yeah, that'll be that. And unfortunately, craft items like this are not tax-free. They are not on the exempt list. So, yeah, it's only certain things, like books, children's clothes. I think all clothes. Oh, diapers are tax-free now. Prepared meals in a restaurant. Hot meals. So yeah, it's good, but it's not going to change my mind about certain things, because like this don't take away from other things that have been done in the past, you know. So we have to remember that one good deed don't make up for 1,000 bad deeds. But some people's memories are very, very short. And they forget all the bad things when one good thing happens. I don't, but some people do. I don't forget about all the bad things. But I'm not as vehement as some people are against the leader of the country. Some people are so vehement against him that they would vote in his opposition. And I am thinking that the opposition is not better. I am of the mind that the opposition is not better. Possibly worse. So we can delve into that another time. So that's just how I feel. Like I know that there are people around who feel that the opposition would be better. Do your research. Make sure you know. Because sometimes that's not always the case. So I'm not telling people what to do. But if there is an election tomorrow, go out and vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but go out and vote. Exercise your right. Make sure that you take advantage of that right that you have, that was fought for and that we all want protected. So, it's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be this year. It's probably going to be next year. Maybe in the spring. That's what I'm thinking. Because our elections here in Canada are not like other countries We don't have a set election date. We have shorter campaigns. Well, not really, but the real campaign from the time the election date is set to the time of the election, it is shorter. Our system is very different than the American system. We have it's very different. We don't have an electoral college. We have the Westminster parliamentary system where it's first past the post. I don't like it, but that's it. I think we should be given a ballot for our local representative, and then we should be given a ballot for who we want to be the leader of the country. There would be some stark differences there. Some people would vote for someone who they would like to have as their local representative, and a totally different even party for the leader of the country. And that's how I think it should be. But we're not going to get any electoral reform anytime soon. So, yeah. The way I would like to see it is not always the way that other people want to see it. So we have to keep an open mind. Always keep an open mind about everything. So, but we don't have a convicted felon as our leader. Just saying. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. And obviously there's support, or there wouldn't have been, what happened wouldn't have happened if there wasn't support. So it will be interesting to see what's going to happen in Canada when it happens, and to see what changes could possibly come about. I don't expect there to be any, because a lot of promises get made and then they're never brought to fruition. Because governments are never held accountable for the promises that they make, unfortunately. We had a prime minister one time. Somebody said to him, "What happened to all the changes that you were going to make? When you became the Prime Minister of Canada, you said that you were going to change a lot of things." And he said, "I changed my mind." So, that's the only change that was made, was his mind. So, yeah. That happens a lot too. I changed my mind. We had another nice day today. It was cooler today. It was like 1 or 2 or something like that. It wasn't really warm today. It wasn't as warm as yesterday, even at 5 and 6. But still no snow, which is good. I'm happy about no snow. No snow, thank you. Don't need that. Don't like it. Don't want it. Never want to see it. So I'm hoping that we don't get any. I'd like for it to be just like this at Christmas time. Christmas Day. It would be awesome. If it was a little bit warmer even, it would be nice. Like that 18-degree day that we had on Thursday. That would be nice for Christmas Day, I think. I'm talking Celsius. I know that I have some American friends here. Yeah, we don't use Fahrenheit. But 18 Celsius is like, I think like almost 65, 64.4 or something like that Fahrenheit. So it's in the 60s for December in Newfoundland. That is unheard of. Sure, that's summer. That's our summer weather. That's June. We don't get hot summers here. Some people think it gets hot, but it doesn't get hot here. Like we're looking at probably maybe the warmest we would get here in the summer is, I saw 32 last year, so that's not hot by no means. But people were complaining, of course, because it was too hot. I don't think it was hot at all. I would have liked for it to be a bit warmer, actually, because I like over 30. Like 35, 37, up to 40 sometimes. If it was hot and not humid. But we get a lot of humidity. We're surrounded by water. So we get a lot of humidity here. And it gets very sticky. And you can't breathe outside. So, yeah. It gets hot and sticky and, well, it gets warm and very humid. So the humidity is what makes it uncomfortable for me. The heat, I can take the heat anytime at all. I'll take all the heat. But the humidity I don't like. But you'll never hear me complain about the temperature when it's warm. You will hear me complain about the temperature when it's cold. And today, it was cold. Yeah, absolutely, it was cold. It was like 1, 0, 2, that kind of thing. Celsius we're talking about. So that's like in the US, low 30s. So we're talking like 32 to 34. So, yeah. Because 32 is freezing. 0 here is freezing. Which makes more sense to me. Like I never understood how 32 can be a freezing temperature when 0 is a nice round number for a freezing temperature. So we go from freezing to boiling, 0 to 100. Our water boils at 100 degrees, whereas in the US it boils at 224. Or 240 or something like that. So it's over 200, I know that. So maybe it's 240. I'm not sure. I don't know, and I can't look it up because my phone is on the thing there. But ours go from a 0 to 100 scale, and it's that's all good. But when I'm baking anything, I always use Fahrenheit then. Like I bake on 375, 400, whatever. So that's a Fahrenheit scale that I use for baking. It's weird. We use both here for different things. Like our everyday temperature, outside temperature, that kind of stuff is all in Celsius. But if you're cooking something, you're cooking it on 325 or however long. So now some recipes will state the Celsius if it was written in Canada, and like baking something on 180, it just seems odd to me. So I've always stuck to the Fahrenheit for that. But not like ambient temperature. Like outdoor temperature, it's always been Celsius. And if I am weighing myself, I'm weighing myself in pounds. not in kilograms. And if I'm measuring myself, I measure myself in feet and inches, not in centimeters. But if I'm driving, I'm kilometers an hour, not miles per hour. So my speed is kilometers per hour, and my fuel is in liters, not gallons. So subtle differences, still very similar though. I missed one. There we go. We're moving by quickly on this one. This is nice. You're still in frame? Yes, okay. Just wanted to make sure, that's all. I just wanted to make sure that you were still in frame and that you can see what's happening. I think it's only a couple of these. Come on, turn over for me. There you go. And this one is a symbol that is hard to cover. So if you have this painting, just be mindful that this symbol right here is hard to cover. So you're kind of going to aim for the corner. This symbol right here is hard to cover. So I always aim for the top corner up here. And I find that it covers better. Still sticks out a little bit, but it is what it is now, and I can't change it because it's already printed on my canvas under the glue. So I just take a little bit more time with this particular symbol. And it's that symbol there. Just so you know, if you have the painting, that symbol is problematic, and there is one more that is a little bit problematic as well. When we get to that one, I will show you that one as well. This one I don't have any trouble covering, but I can see where people would. You know? If you're not careful, you would have trouble covering it. It might just need to be, like, it can be used, but it might just need to be reduced by, like, one size in font. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know how these things work. So that might be the solution. Just reducing it down one font size for that symbol and this one right here. This symbol here. But it just might need a slight reduction in size, and then it'll cover, the drill will cover it. I think if it was square, it might cover the whole thing because, like, they're printed kind of squared off. So I missed one. And I missed one of the other ones that I was doing too. I'll pop that one in now too while I'm here. So, like, this is not, it's just a small thing with the symbol. No, it frustrates a lot of people, and people are like, oh, yeah, they prattle on about it forever. I'm like, it's on my canvas. I can't change the symbol, but I can inform the company that this symbol is probably not the best one to use, and they may not use it in the future. It's up to them what they do. Like, I'm not telling them not to use the symbol, but I just inform them that the symbol is a little problematic for some people. And myself included. Like, I find that symbol hard to cover. I find 2 symbols on this canvas hard to cover. And I have both of them in this section. So I can tell you what to watch out for. I'm not knocking the product. I'm not saying that the product is not good. I'm just saying that it just needs a slight improvement, and like, that's not a bad review. That's just constructive to make sure that the experience is pleasant for everyone. So I want everyone to have a nice, relaxing, enjoyable experience when they're working on their diamond painting. And I think that this diamond painting is wonderful. It is high quality, superior to some that I've worked on, and I will buy from this company again. I heard through the grapevine that they are toying with squares. And I did give some feedback as to what I like when I work on a square kit. So if they're going to do squares, they're going to need to do their homework. They're going to need to make sure that things are good before they're released. And I did say that if they needed somebody to test it, I'd be happy to do it. I'd be happy to do so. But that's up to them, whether they want to give a kit for testing or not. I mean, that's totally up to them. But I wouldn't want to buy a kit just to say, okay, I'm just going to test it out and see how you're doing on your squares. And then encounter a lot of problems with that kit, potentially. Not be happy with the kit and stuff like that. That's not where I am on this. If it was offered as a test product and said, like, I want you to do it, pick it apart, give me your feedback, give me your honest feedback on it, I can do that. And I can be nice about that feedback, like, not nasty about the feedback and say, oh, this is crap. No. I can do it and give, like, the good, honest feedback. Not that other people can't do that, but I think some people would struggle with that. Being honest part. If something is not right, you just tell the company that I have a problem with this. And any reputable business would take the suggestions and the feedback and probably work with the person that is giving the feedback to satisfy and make their product better in the eyes of that person, which then in turn could make it better in the eyes of multiple people. There are companies out there that don't do that very well. This company does that very well. Like, I've had things to say, and I don't feel bad about saying things that need improvement. But I'm also telling how this product is really good as well. Like, there are more good things about this one than there are bad things about this one. Last year, there was more bad things than this one. So it's been major improvements. And I like to think that I can probably take a little bit of credit for some of those improvements. Because I gave a lot of feedback. I really did. I gave a lot of feedback. And none of it was nasty feedback. I'm sure some of it probably is not the easiest in the world to listen to from a company standpoint. But they needed to know these things to improve, make customers happy, get more orders, get more people buying their product, making more money. So, small improvements can make a big difference. That's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting to. And the way a company reacts to the suggestions and the feedback is major, like critical in some ways. Working with your customers to make sure that they're happy is the best way to do that, not taking away their right to buy from you. I have a problem with that. Like, that to me means that you don't think that there's ever anything wrong and that the customer is wrong, which is not the case. If you have multiple complaints about something from several people, it's probably because your product is not as good as you think it is. Banning those people from buying your products in the future is not the way to deal with that. Making changes and probably giving them the opportunity to try again might be the best way to do that. I think if I had a company, and I don't know, because I don't own a diamond painting company, but I have done things, like I'm a crafter. And I did something for someone one time. They ordered something. And I did it. And I delivered it to them. And when it was delivered to them, it wasn't the correct size. Sizing was off. They said it was too big. I was like, okay, I'll do it again and make it right for you. So that's what I did. And when I went to deliver, they wanted to give me back the first product, the original one. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking it. You keep it, you give it away, you do whatever you want with it. Throw it out, whatever. Now, number one, it was a pair of mittens. They were unworn, so I could have taken them back and sold them to someone else because they were unworn. But I felt the right thing to do was to replace them with another pair of the same colors, but in a different size, and let the person that bought the original pair keep the original pair. That's what I chose to do. And because I chose to do that, that person came back more than one time later to purchase more. Did I do it for that reason? No. I did it because I wanted to make it right. And that was my way of saying, I'm making this right by allowing you to keep the original product, and I'm going to give you a replacement for that original product. You do what you wish with that original one. You do what you wish with it. I'm not going to be taking it away from you and selling it again to somebody else. I knew that they were unworn because they were still like attached the way that I attached them. So they were not even taken apart. They were probably tried on, and then it was discovered they were too large. I made the replacement, took it, and I was like, no, don't want any, and I didn't take any payment for the replacement product either. If it was some people, they probably would have not done that. But I don't think that would have been right to not do that. It's just how I operate. I make it right all the time. So, and I had someone else I did something for, and it was too small. So I did a larger one, and they were like, here, take this one back and you can sell it to someone. I'm like, nope, give it to somebody who will fit. I don't want it. I wouldn't take it back. So that's how I run my crafting thing. I do it that way. Now this symbol here, this one is hard to cover too. So what I do is I just plop them in the best way I can. And hope that they don't peek through too much. I see that one peeking through on the top. I'm trying to keep them as close to the middle as possible on this one. So yeah, I make mittens, hats, socks, gloves, scarves, a lot of things. And I give a lot of it away. I sell some of it. I sell most of it, I should say. I don't do it to make a living. I do it because I enjoy doing it. And I enjoy helping people. So giving some away helps people. So that's my contribution to a lot of things. Like if people are looking for donations for things for like the animal shelter or something like that, and they're having a sale and they're looking for donations, I will donate some of my handmade things that I make. And then they can sell them and keep the money. So that's how I do it. That's what I do. And I donate to charities with the money that I make. I get a charity that I like and I donate to them. I didn't sell a lot of stuff this year, so I didn't make enough to do a donation. But I've donated anyway. I did a donation earlier in December on Giving Tuesday to a charity that helps a lot of people. So, and on Giving Tuesday, the way I did my donation, it was actually matched. So my donation was doubled for that particular charity, which was great. I was really, really impressed by that. my company actually, the company I work for, matched my donation and made a donation to that charity in the same amount that I did. So my donation was doubled that day, which makes me so proud to work for that company because they didn't ask any questions. They were like, you do a donation, you do it on this day between this time and this time, and we've set aside this much money to match the donations that are being made during that time. I didn't have to do anything other than make a donation. They did the rest. So that was very, very good. And I made my donation to a very worthy organization who helps a lot of people with no questions asked. So, who was actually being profiled for something different at the time. So I made a donation to them to kind of prove a point that yes, these are good. This is a good organization. They were actually being talked about for they were being told that they weren't allowed to do fundraising in certain spaces, and I was against that. So I wrote an email to the parent company and told them that they should be ashamed of themselves for removing this organization from their premises for doing fundraising. The decision was reversed. They will be allowed to fundraise on that at their premises for ever. So they had so much outcry from the community that they reversed their decision and said, obviously people want to see this continue, so we are going to comply with what the community wants and what the public wants, and you will continue to see this organization on our premises doing fundraising during holiday season. So I was happy about that because I was one that spoke up. So I feel that I could have possibly made a difference. If I didn't send an email, would it have made a difference? I don't know, but I sent an email. And I like to think that because I did, that might have been the one email that made the difference. They said that they received a lot of feedback from the community. So that was feedback from the community. I'm in the community. And I gave feedback, so I contributed to the decision being made, which I'm very proud of. So I'm happy to have been able to help that organization in that way too. Oh. Come on. You go in there where you're supposed to be. Okay, the fan. It's this one. It's only 4 of them. I'm going to pop pick them. Because if I tip them out, I'm going to tip out a lot more than I need. And then I'm going to be, not happy about that. And there's only 5 of that one, so we'll pop pick this one too. Doing a bit of pop picking here today. Especially when it's like small amounts of what I need. It's easier just to stick my pen down in my container, pull them out and pop them on. rather than dumping them out and then pouring them back into the container after. Yeah, it's just easier to do it that way. There we go. I'm just getting the ones that I need here now. The stragglers, I'll say. Oh, sorry. There's one there. And there's one there. Okay, so this next one does have a few, so I will pour this one out. We're almost done with this section now. Goodness. Don't take long. But like I said, it usually takes about an hour. If it's less than an hour, I'm not going to prattle on for an hour. Not like that. I find it hard enough to find something to say, so that's why I'm silent a lot. That's why I have moments of silence in my videos, because a lot of times I just don't know what to be talking about. To be honest, I'm lost for words sometimes. And I know there's probably some people who are watching this video and saying, "What? Chris, lost for words?" No. Yes, it happens sometimes. Rarely, but it does happen. Yeah, I can talk to anyone about anything. But sometimes I just get quiet because I don't know what to be talking about during a whip and chat video, and I'm not good at them for that particular reason. And I don't make notes. I don't plan what I'm going to talk about. So maybe if I made notes and planned what I was going to discuss that day, it might work better. But I'm not that well prepared, you know. Oh, there goes Mama. It is 5:30. Yeah, 5:30. Oops, my hand stuck to the bottom of my canvas. Well, there's not a lot of these, but I poured them out anyway. I'm sure it's someone upstairs just to go, "Hey!" I don't know if you heard that or not. I'm getting ready for a party, but I'm going out anyway, so party all you like. Party hard until like 1 o'clock. Until I get home. Party it up. Sure. Tomorrow when I get up, I'll make noise. And wake you up. So I'm trying to pot pick, but it's not working. Okay. Trying to move them, but they just kind of slide back to where they were. After I get this done, I have to wrap some Christmas presents that I have left to wrap before I go to Pixie's house. Yay, I'm going to Pixie's house. Or I think I'm going to Pixie's house. I don't know. I haven't heard otherwise, so. She hadn't told me that she's sick or anything, so. Oh, no, that was all I am. Oh, come back. Go back with your friends. And I'm on the last symbol. Look how quick I did this evening. Like, I'm on fire. I don't know how long it took, but I will find out because I'll look. That's the advantage that I have. So I will zoom you out so you can take a look and see. Yeah, and I know what it is now. Exactly what this is. Yeah. I'm going to have a story to tell on Christmas Eve. Yep, I'm going to have a story to tell, and I have a question to ask. So we will, on Christmas Eve, this one will be done, and we're actually going to do the section and do our little post review at the same time, just so that we can have it all done. So we're at 57 minutes. Didn't seem like that long. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Sorry, I was having some iced tea while I was working on this evening. So this is what we have done so far. You already know what it is. You know what it is now, and I'm okay with it. I have to be okay with it. I said that this one was going to reveal quite a bit. It did reveal quite a bit. So tomorrow, yeah, we're going to have something coming up this way. Probably mostly reds in here and a bit of blue. So, and then we're going to be up here, and it's probably going to be a bit of white here. I think some red over here. The rest of it's going to probably be blue. Then up here, of course, obviously this one's going to be all blue. This one's going to have some white, some blue, some dark right here, and some lighter stuff in through here. I'm surmising now. This one's going to have some red through here, some blue at the top, some more white through here. This one's going to have red. This one's going to be mostly, I'd say this one's going to be all blue. All blue. This one's going to have some red and blue. This one's going to be probably the opposite of this one. Or a little bit more of this stuff here. A bit more confetti probably in this one. And then this one is going to finish off this. And have a bit of stuff coming down through here. Some red. Yeah. This is my assumptions. I have not looked because I promised that I wouldn't. I'm going to have questions. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for coming by. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time that I upload a video. Have a good day. Bye.